Hey guys, welcome to Regnum Legal. My name is James Long. I'm an estate planning lawyer, business lawyer, and litigation lawyer, and I am so excited to be starting this project. I became a lawyer to help people just like you. I know what you're thinking. That sounds trite. That sounds self-serving. That sounds cliche. But it's true, and I think you'll understand why in a little bit. The number one thing that frustrates me about being a lawyer is that often the people who need my help the most are people who can't really afford to pay me to help them. And my student loans are so high that I really can't afford to not be paid to help people. So a few years ago, I thought about starting this project, Regnum Legal. And for basically reasons of fear, I didn't. I was afraid of failing. I was afraid that nobody would want the content. And I was afraid that nobody would like me. But then I thought, every day, I've got people in my office willing to pay me hundreds of dollars an hour to give them the same basic information I'm about to give you for free. So I started Regnum Legal. Regnum Legal is a resource for you, a resource to help inform you and empower you to make good legal decisions. There are really two types of clients I see in my office. Number one, the type of client who knows I need a lawyer and I probably should get one before bad things happen. And the second is the type of person who knows they need a lawyer, tries to do it by themselves, and because they're misinformed, messes it up, and then has to come to me to fix it. If you're the type of person who already knows they need a lawyer, go see a lawyer. But if you're the type of person who either can't afford a lawyer or wants to try to do it themselves or figure out the legal issue yourself, Regnum Legal is a resource for you. Now let me tell you about why I became a lawyer. Starting about my senior year in high school, I really developed a desire to help people. Not help people on a superficial level, but truly change people's lives. And I started thinking about the people who changed my lives, and they were all religious figures. My pastor, my priest, my bishop, Pope John Paul II. So I started the process of becoming a Catholic priest. And during that process, I really came to understand that God was calling me somewhere else. God still wanted me to help, and I couldn't quite understand how or where or with what. But I really felt a deep call to go to law school. And so I ended up going to the University of St. Thomas in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which was a phenomenal experience. And just after that, I got appointed to be an expert to the Holy See's mission to the United Nations. Think the Vatican, all right? The Holy See really means the Vatican, but it doesn't mean the Vatican. I was appointed to be an expert for the Vatican at the United Nations. And that was another great experience. And so after my time as an expert for the Vatican was over, I began practicing law on a private level. And I was representing a lot of clients, started doing a lot of estate planning, construction law, business law, contracts, employment law, started representing people in court and doing constitutional issues and trying cases and being in front of juries. And all of that is absolutely phenomenal. But over the past 10 years, I've started noticing a trend. The thing that I love the most about being a lawyer is helping my clients understand the law. Helping them understand what we're talking about and what we're trying to do and what the legal strategies are. And that's what I'm really passionate about. And so that's what I hope to provide to you through Regnum Legal. Before I get into what Regnum Legal is, let me tell you what it's not. Regnum Legal is not a law firm, okay? I am not starting my own law firm. I don't have my own law firm. I work for a private firm. I don't even own that firm. I have bosses just like you. Regnum Legal is just a legal resource to inform and empower you. That's it. Number two, although I'm a lawyer, I'm not your lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. So please, I urge you, do not take anything I say either on the website, regnumlegal.com, on a YouTube video somewhere, or a podcast that hasn't even been started yet. Please don't take anything that I say as advice that's given directly to you for your unique situation. And here's why. The answer to every single legal question, literally every single legal question, is 2 words. It depends. It depends. That's it. Think of any legal question you could possibly have, and the answer is, it depends. I paid $200,000 to go to law school to learn it depends. That's it. 2 words. 2. That's $100,000 a word. Anyway, let me explain. You are unique. I'm unique. Your family is unique. Your situation is unique. The law can be black and white. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But even where the law is actually black and white, guess what the answer is? It depends. Why? Why? Because every legal issue is really a mixture of 2 things: the law and the facts. I can give you the law. I know what the law is, but whether it applies to you, to your situation, to your family, I don't know, because it all depends on the unique facts. So if you ask me, hey James, do I need a living trust? I'm going to say, it depends. Do you have any property? How big is your estate? Is your estate under $150,000? What state do you live in? Do you live in California or do you live in Arizona? And if you need a trust and you say, James, well, what kind of trust do I need? Guess what the answer is? It depends. What does it depend on? It depends on, well, are you married? Married, do you have kids? Do you have minor children? Are there any children you want to disinherit? Do you have charities you want to give to? How large is your estate? Do you have stepchildren? Have you ever been married before? Does your current husband or wife have children from a previous marriage? Or, and believe it or not, this has happened to me before, do you have children that your current spouse doesn't know about? FYI, never tell a lawyer that you have secret children that your spouse doesn't know about that you want the lawyer to secretly put into a trust. That's a bad idea, okay? Don't do it. Regnum Legal is not your lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. And the reason is because the answer to your unique legal question, the answer to your unique situation is, it depends. Okay, so what is Regnum Legal? Well, let me tell you. Number 1, of the clients I've met that have made, let's call them poor legal choices, a lot of them have made those choices because they were ill-informed of the law. That means they believed the law said one thing, but it actually said something different. And so they got themselves into trouble, and now I have to get them out of trouble. Is that a word? I don't know. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that oftentimes people have misconceptions about the law. They come to me as a lawyer, and then I have to look at them and say, I really don't think you need me. And believe it or not, I am the type of lawyer who honestly tells clients, you don't need to pay me. Don't bother paying me. You could do this yourself. Go and file X, Y, and Z. Okay, so those are really the 2 types of clients I see that could really benefit. So what is Regnum Legal? Regnum Legal is your resource to inform you. The more informed you are, the better decisions you can make, including, do I need a lawyer? Number 2, hiring a lawyer is expensive. Let's face it. Law's confusing, even for lawyers. There's stuff that I look up every day that I read and I think, what? What the heck did I just read? And I got to read it 5 or 6 times. I've been doing this 10 years. I still get confused by the law. Getting good information about the law, getting correct information about the law shouldn't be so hard. I want Regnum Legal to be a place where you can get simple answers to complex legal problems. I might not be able to solve all of your specific legal issues, but I can at least tell you what the law says about that particular topic. And I can at least do it in a way where you can hear it or read it and think, makes sense. And if I've done that, then I've done my job. All right, so one of my very first initiatives for Regnum Legal is my estate planning suite. These resources I'm providing to you free of charge because given the recent coronavirus pandemic and the subsequent shelter-in-place order issued by Governor Gavin Newsom in California, I've been getting a lot of calls from current clients, former clients, and prospective new clients scared about the state of their estate plan. And I'd say one of the number one calls I field or have fielded in the last couple of weeks is about estate planning. Is my estate plan adequate? Do I need an estate plan? Can you help me with an estate plan? Can you help me amend my estate plan? A lot of people are afraid about what this pandemic means for their family and for their estate. 50% of Americans have no estate plan at all. None. That means that 50% of the people infected with coronavirus, 50% of the Californians who are sheltering at home right now have nothing to protect their family should the worst happen. That's scary. And as an estate planner, that really worries me. So I've made my templates available for you to use, free of charge. If you are one of the many who have no estate plan at all, or maybe you have an estate plan but it's outdated, or maybe you have an estate plan but you don't know if it's right for you or you want to make a change, I'm providing templates for you to use to help you with this. I don't know whether these templates are templates that you need or not, because as I said before, the answer to every legal question is it depends. So if you ask me, do I need these templates that are on your website? It depends. But let me tell you who maybe doesn't need these resources. If you have an estate over $5 million, do not use these resources. These resources are strictly for probate avoidance. They are not for protecting your estate from estate taxes. They're not for any complex tax planning or any kinds of special needs trusts. So if you have a family member with special needs, this isn't the type of plan that you need. If you have a family that's divided, you have stepchildren or children from a prior marriage, this probably isn't the plan that you need. You probably want something more of an A-B trust. Look to my blog posts and future YouTube videos to learn what an A-B trust is, but know that it's a little more complicated than the resources I'm providing. Nevertheless, if you want to use them, but use them at your own risk, because I really don't know if they're going to work for your specific situation. The one thing I do know is, if they are filled out correctly, they will help you avoid probate, and they will provide you the basic minimum protection your family needs to pass on your legacy and your estate to your loved ones. So now let me tell you where Regnum Legal is going in the coming months and in the years to follow. We're starting with estate planning. We're going to provide you resources to do your own estate plan if that's what you want to do, resources to know what kind of estate plan you need, resources to know whether you need a particular type of estate planning or not, so that if you choose to go to a lawyer, you already know what kind of estate plan you might be looking for. After estate planning, we're going to get into other areas of law. We're going to be doing business law, internet law, and litigation. But I want to know what you want. I want to hear from you. So I'd like you to do two things. Number one, I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. Number two, I'd like you to leave a comment below about what legal issues you'd like me to address. What legal topics are you interested in? What legal areas do you want me to write on after estate planning? And if I get enough, maybe I can put together a question and answers page that everyone can benefit from. So please, if you've got a burning legal question, write it in the comments below so I can kind of gauge what the audience wants. Because at the end of the day, I want this to be responsive to you, to your legal issues, your legal questions, and your legal problems. But again, I'm not your lawyer. And as always, my recommendation is going to be go get a lawyer, because the answer to your question is it depends. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attention. Please subscribe to this channel and leave your comments below. We'll see you next time. is why I do it, guys. This is why I want to be the best lawyer, best dad, best husband possible for these little guys right here. Can you guys say hi?
Hi.
What's your name?
JD.
What's his name?
Nolan.
Nolan. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Okay, now can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye. Say thank you for coming.
Thank
Look at the camera.
Thank you for coming.
Coronavirus. Now blow kisses. No, blow kisses the camera. Okay. Bye, guys.